Hey everybody, it's Jonna, the Preppy Crafty Girl, and I am here to show you what you can do with these yearbook pages. So one of my friends was asking me, what do you do with all the yearbook pages? Because I love to buy yearbooks. And I decided that I was going to go ahead and do a video and show you how you can use yearbook pages. I do have these in my shop. There's a listing in my Etsy shop. I can leave the link below. And if you don't have any and you want to play with yearbook pages, then you know where to find them. Okay, so some other things that I have is I have some pages out of 2 Tim Holtz old paper pads, and they are the small square pages, and I don't know what just fell. And then I have these are more like artist trading card size, so I have those. And what we're going to be making are a couple of things. So I made some altered paper clips, and on here you can see that I did a little yearbook person and collage some items. So here are a couple that I did. Here's one with a little girl and some cute little glasses. And then this one I just put on a little label and stamped, and this is actually out of one of the little papers. So we're going to make those. I also, I had some of the flashcards, and so we are going to be altering some flashcards, and when we get done with them, they are going to look like this, or similar to that. And then we are going to make something that looks like this. It's out of a book, old book page, and I saw this on, in fact, I made a bunch of them one night while I was sitting watching television, and I made a stack of them, and I saw this on Cori channel. So she's on YouTube, and so shout out to her, and making those. And I have them in different sizes. So I have some bigger ones and some I didn't stitch, and then I backed them with some I saved all my end papers off of my books, and then the blank pages like that are in your old books. And so I saved those because I like to use them as backers for journaling. So I do have those. And what else did I make? Oh, we're going to be altering some playing cards. These are half done, not quite done yet. And then here's another one. So here's the altered playing card that I did. And so this is kind of mid-stage. This is the beginning. I just collaged on some Tim Holtz paper, and then this is like the next stage where I added a label and I stamped, and then this is the final stage where I added, I think, some just numbers, or you could add a person on there. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so let's get started with some, let me see, and I have some things that we can alter. And I pulled out some old playing cards. I pulled out some coin envelopes, or not envelopes, but like they're for coins. I don't know what you call these, like coin slide thingy. And then I have some coin rolls, some old ones. I think these look like retro alphabets, so I think these are kind of old. And then I have one of these stencils that I showed you was from a thrift find. This is also a thrift find. And then I have some of these flashcards, and I have an index card. So we'll see how much we can get done today. And let's go ahead and start the process. So let's start. I'm going to start off by doing some of these cards, only because it takes a while for the collage medium to dry. And some of the items that I pulled for doing this with was, my friend sent me these giant rolls of washi tape. which are amazing. They're just black and white. And so we can add, it's like they're super hard to unroll because they're so wide. This one's a little stuck. But the width of these are perfect. I don't know who makes these. Let's see. It says Moking, M-O-K-I-N-G. And this one is called Travel. So, but they've got all kinds of really cool images on it. There's like pens and stitching and an inkwell. And so these are kind of cool. So we definitely do that. Now that's washi tape, and that can go just directly on the card. It actually feels like the whole card, which is really awesome. And these are super sticky, so I don't need to put collage medium down, and I like the backs of these already, so I'm not even going to alter these. Now what I did on a couple of them was some I left plain. These were some orchids on the back of a plain card, and these I just added some scrapbook paper. But if you like that image, because this is solid and there are no words or anything, I'm just going to leave it like that. And then later on, if I want to add some journaling to the back, I could by just adding a piece of that, piece of coffee dye paper, or notebook paper or anything you want to glue on the back. So I'm just gonna cut around the edge here like this. Just get all that washi tape off the edge. And then I'm gonna go in and I need to burnish this, I think, just to make sure it's good and stuck down. And with that, I just have an old Stardust gift card to get all the wrinkles out. And yeah, so see how easy that is if you have this wide washi. Oh my goodness, it's awesome. So I did that. So that's using one of those. And then I also have some of the new tissue paper. I don't know what he calls it. It's his collage paper. And so with this, I'm just going to go ahead and trim a piece off. What I'm going to do, let me tear this off because I think this, I don't want to put like two images on one. So I'm going to add that image there, and I'm going to add them onto here so I can still see. I like seeing the card behind it. And yeah, so I'm going to do that. And then on this one, what I might do is I have I'm going to do a Thrifty Thursday haul again because I recently got some of this lovely, huge, thick dictionary. And this it's like a second printing, so it has to be from around the 30s, I think. And anyway, it's like tissue, so it's wonderful because you can still see through it. So I'm gonna tore a couple pages out of that because I thought that would be fun to do on here. I still want to kind of keep the Q, and then just, put that on there. So I have the picture of the cliffs or whatever, and the house on the top of the cliffs. And then I can add that to that. So that's going there, and that's going there. I'm just laying out my collage, what I'm going to do with the collage medium. And then I also have this washi, which is pretty amazing. This is seem to be all Italy. So I'm just going to, again, like I did the other one, I'm going to lay it down. And went to both of these places a couple of times, and I went with my sister who's passed away, but since then, and we did go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and we took, the infamous photo that you take where you're pushing the tower back. And I always joked with her because I got it with her looking like she was pushing it, and I get my picture back from her, and I'm like, yeah, it was not done right. I looked like I was so tiny and just like standing with my leg up in the air. Like, yeah, I'd have to show the photo. But anyway, it was pretty funny. We laughed really hard because it seemed like every time I took photos of her, they came out, but anytime she took photos of me, they didn't come out. So it was kind of like a running joke between us whenever we traveled. I got wise to it eventually. It took me a couple years, but I got wise to it and started taking my own. I got a selfie stick and just started taking my own. Okay, so that's that. Those are those and this one. And then let me do this one with a bird on this one. So over to my right, I have one of these just divided trays with all the little items that I'm going to be working with. And I just, I like to have it set up so I'm good to go and I can just mass make like this, you know. I'm going to see right here. And I just hold it up against the card and then just tear it. And then whatever, you know, doesn't, and then, you know, I can save this for another one. Let me see. Maybe I'll just, I don't have another card. Maybe I'll just put it on the back of one of these. Yeah. That's cool. Put it on the back of that. Okay. Or I'll put it on the back of it. Put it on the back of the one I'm working on. And I'm going to be using the collage mat medium by Distress because this dries super fast. Tim always says it has a drying time of now, and so you have to work pretty quickly with it. But the reason why I want to use it is because I have this one that I've been using. It's my golden, and it's the golden matte medium, and I have no idea why this one takes so long to dry, but it takes a long time to dry. So I'm not going to be doing that one for recording purposes, but it is an awesome matte medium. So I do like the Tim Holtz one also. Just clean off that plastic wrap right there. Just going to work from the lid. While these are drying, I can work on these two. And what I want to do is look through my labels really quickly. And I also, see, I got the numbers from this little square, but I really like this square, this rectangle. It was at the base of another square. So I'm going to pull that off because that's really cool. I'm going to add that, I think, to one of these. And get this layered on, maybe over here, like that. And then I want to pull a person, and on this one, I may want to just cover up the eye and just use a whole person, like so. So what I did with these was, or that one, in that instance, they look like this, and I just fussy cut out around their heads, and I can just use them like that and put them in on the collage. And then this one, I think, I don't know if I have any big, I don't think I have, do I not have any of the, I don't have any big girls. What? Let me look on my pages. I thought I did. Oh yeah, I forgot I wanted to collage some of this tape. So we'll do that too. And I got my book out so I can glue on it. And sorry. So here, I'll need to go through my pages and see if I can't find, oh, here's some. Yep. Well, doesn't she look happy? Let's do her and put her in place of, like, she's going to Italy. She would be happy. So I'm just fussy cutting around her head. Doesn't have to be exact because I can come back in like I did on the cards I showed you. I came back in with a charcoal pencil or graphite pencil, and or you could ink around her, so it doesn't have to be exact. Okay, so we're going to put them on there. So let's get that. I think I'm going to use just a glue stick. So I'm just putting it on the book and grabbing a glue stick. And let's just glue him there. And let's do this strip there. And let's put her on here. So, okay. And then, what else can I add? I gotta do some words. Maybe, let's see. Okay, so for words, you can either take word strips. These are by Tim Holtz. Many companies make these word strips. And then, or you can use, I like old children's book pages because the words are really, big. And let's see, maybe I can use, she said, how about I do she said my. And then for him, I think I'm going to add a label. So let me see about some labels. I do have my own, or I could do tickets. I have some, so I just have like them in this envelope over here to the side. I also have some I did on my Cricut board. These are by Tracy Fox. And I might like the brown. Let me see, maybe this one. Wait, this has a, maybe this one, like that, and it can just be pointing to it. And I can either cut it off here, or I can just fold it over and use it on the back side. So like that, kind of adding that little label there. And then what else I have to add. Okay, then what I want to do, oh, I didn't stick it down very well, did I? Put it there, come on up. This might be the time to add in something. Maybe I'll add in, not music paper, some of that dictionary paper I could add, or I have some of this. We could call him Greg Speed. Greg Speed Studies. Let's see. There's none like that. But I could add in some of the stuff. See, I can add in some of this behind him. Like that. I kind of like that. Okay, so the only thing I want to do is rip this a little bit better. Here. Like that. Yeah, like that. It's a little just too busy right there. Not washi tape. So this will tone that down. So that was a happy thing. Yep. And then I don't know why it wasn't sticking down there very well. Let's glue them again. Okay. So we got him right here. Like so. And then let's put some words on him. Okay. Let's do that. Now for these, I'm going to add a little bit of glue because I've had them for a long time and they may not, I don't know how well they're going to stick. But I think I want to kind of do it over here. Hello, my darling, and I'm going to put it over part of his head, I think. Or should I shift up and do it right there on there? Like that. Yeah. Okay, now what I'm going to do is let me get my graphite. So these are water solvent. They are graphite stick by Pacific Arc. I get them. This one is an 8B. They come in different hardness. Here's a Lyra. I think I haven't used these in a while. This is softer, so it moves around. And then I also I could use this gold pen around the edge, and then I also have a brown if I want to do brown, which I may do with him. And this is the Stabilo Woody. My friend Dee Dee told me about these, and they are awesome. So I'm going to use this one because I know this one is kind of soft, a little bit soft. So it's not as dark. It's a little softer color than the other one. And then I'm also going to outline the word. And I'm going to outline her to just kind of make her pop. And you don't have to be exact, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with my watercolor brush. And this has water in it. And I'm going to get it going here. And I'm just going to go around her, and I'll show you. It activates this. It still keeps a line. This one it's not as water soluble as the other one that I showed you. This is water soluble though. However, it still keeps the line that you drew and then just kind of smudges it out. So I like it because it'll add in a little bit of gray, but it doesn't like go super, super dark. This is very soft, and it blends out pretty soft. So there is that. It just gives a little bit of a drop shadow to her and then to the words. And I'm going to let that dry because I want to come with a lot of wetness. And then I'm going to take the Stabilo Woody because I did this brown. I added brown into this, collage. So now I'm going to take the brown instead, and I'll come in and do a drop shadow around his head, just kind of adding him to the collage. And then I'm also going to make the words pop away. And I'm going to then go in with my water brush and go around it. one nice thing, oh, I didn't do it, but one nice thing you could do is add the collage medium over him, because then if you make a mistake and you get too much of this on the picture, you can then just take your finger and wipe it off while it's wet, but I'm good. So that is that. You can see that as a little brown drop shadow. And then I'm going to go in on this one, and I'm going to add, I've got this oil-based paint pen, and I'm going to come in here, and just because, you know, she's a female, I'm going to just gold do the edge. Around the edge with a little bit of gold. When we were in Rome one time, because I've been there several times, but the one time I was in Rome, it may have been the first or second time I was there, I can't remember. But anyway, we went to the Colosseum, and there was a girl trying to commit suicide that day, and everybody just kind of sat around, and police were trying to talk her down, and it was pretty tragic. Eventually they did get her down. Apparently she was an artist, and she had to have a license to sell her artwork there or be in the area, and she didn't have a license to be there. That was her livelihood, and yeah, so I don't know, because that's about all I could understand about what was happening. Fortunately, the police officers did talk her down off the ledge. Okay, so I just went around the edge with the brown. And those two, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to stamp. I've got this little stamp here. It's just like a postal stamp. And I like to do this, and I'm going to do it in brown on his, and go in here and just hit it, just the edge, to add a little more interest. And I am going to call that one done. And sometimes when I'm done with this, I go in and I will stitch around the edge. But on a playing card, I won't stitch around the edge till I decide if I want to put some stuff on the back. And then let's do her. Put a little postage stamp up there. That's how I do playing cards, and that's how I use the bigger heads on the playing cards. One of these. What I want to do here is I hold a piece of paper. And again, you'll have to look up Cori on here, her channel, because she does go in depth on how to do these. And I want to make this one just a little bit bigger than this one, because I want to put in the flashcards, and they're a little bit wider, or I may want to add in like this one or this one, and they're a little bit wider. So I do need a little bit bigger book page than this one. So how she describes you do it, and I may keep the red, is that you fold it where it faces, the word faces up, face up, and then you fold it again this way. And she does a whole thing on all different ways to fold your book paper. So I'm just doing an easy one right now. And then what you do is you go down and you fold this. And then what that does is I will leave these open, and you can even leave another one open, and you can create a hidden pocket back there. But for time purposes, I'm just going to take my glue, and I'm not going to stitch around this one. Some of these I did stitch around. Let me show you. This one I did stitch around the pocket because I just like that look. But for time purposes and the fact that I don't really have a sewing machine set up, I'll do that later. So I'm going to go in here and just take my glue stick and just glue that down. And I'm just going to glue this flat. I'm not going to even use that pocket Okay, so there's that. And if you just go around the edge like that, what she'll tell you is it creates another pocket right here. So that's kind of cool. And then this, you can just do the edge here, and then you can have a pocket at the top, and that's an option also. So sometimes I just go ahead and leave that open until I decide what I want to do, which I did. And then that's that. So, and I think that's going to fit in there. Yep. Okay, now I am going to get some paper and I'm going to cover. I think I'm just going to cover not all of it. I'm going to leave the red because I like the red. Let's just get this straightened out a little bit here. And then I'm going to fold it along that edge. This is so fragile. It's just super easy to, yeah, and then super easy to cut, to tear. Kind of tear on there. Ooh, okay. It's a little tricky, but I did it. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to keep that little red edge there like that. And then I'm just going to glue this down. Okay, I'm going to glue this down. And then put that right there. Like so. And I kind of like that back there. I might just leave that. And then I'll cover the back. Let's cover the back, make this like the journal. How's that? And see, I take the last page and then I will glue this whole thing. Like so. Oops, sorry. Unfortunately, this setup has my camera attached to my table, so it's not an earthquake, it's just my camera. Okay, then I'm going to I glue it right on, oops, to the page, and then I like to tear, so I may fold it back. If you have a solid paper, or I did it on some of these where I just left that, and then it was like a place to, if I'm going to flip it in, then I fold it like this, and I can clip it in, or you can attach that to the page, and then you can open that up, and then you've got a big writing space. So I like doing that too, and I think I'm going to leave it like that, and then here I'm just going to turn that off and throw this in my scrap pile. Not done, and that is gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be that. So this will get stuck down to the book page, or to the, like, here, say this is my journal, and I'm just gonna do this, and then that way you can open it up and you have all that writing right there, but then you also have pocket. Now I will stitch this down, I'm not gonna glue it, so this will not flap open, but you could flap it, but because I'm gonna stitch here and here for the pocket. So I would open it up and then I would do my running stitch right there, right? Or first I may stitch down here, close that, and then do my running stitch right there. And that is how that is gonna go. And let's see, I think, because I like this color, and I thought about, I have, in my shop, I have a digital download of this book that you can make. So it's all vintage labels in here. Now, I did do a YouTube video. I'll try to find it, so I'll put the link below, and of how I made this. You get all the images, and I printed it out on sticker paper. So I used the Avery sticker paper here. And then so you just basically cut this, leaving this left side, because that's where you're going to add staples, so I added my staples, can you see? And yeah, so then you don't see that on the pages. And then I made my book like that. Before I made the book, well, when you cut the pages down, then after you cut the pages down, you go in and you lightly take a straight razor, not straight razor, what's that thing called? This thing, a utility blade, straight razor, a utility blade, and then you lightly just go down and just take the sticker off of the backing. So, right, you're going to cut the sticker away from the backing. And I used a ruler when I did mine so that my lines would be straight. But then you then have the label that you can peel off the back. So when you print them out, this is what they look like. But you're going to cut them down to size and leave a little bit of the white edge because that's where you're going to staple your book together. And then I just went around. You get the front and the back. The front and the back come on two different images. So what you're going to do is you're going to print out one side, flip it around however your printer is, and then you're going to print out the next image. That way you save paper and you have it on one page. They both fit on one page. So that's how you can print that. But that is my label book, and I'm just going to add in one of these labels. I think on the bottom, I have these red ones. These are kind of cool, and I like this one. And so, well, actually, I kind of like this little Art Deco one at the top. So you go in, whoops, and peel. And some of these I did not do a great job scoring with my utility knife. And then I'm just going to put a label down here at the bottom like that. And that'll be our base. So we've got the base. And then I did the label. And then what I did here is I have a little ticket punch. It's very small, so but it works great for the smaller pockets and the smaller book page. So I just punched one out and I tucked it in under there. And then this is the altered playing card, so that fits in. This was a smaller book. This actually was the book I was just using to glue down stuff. So anyway, this is in my shop right now as a digital download that you like. So. And then let's do one of the altered paper clips. So for the altered paper clip, I used the Tim Holtz paper. And because I have red in it, I'm going to use this one. I don't know the name of this one anymore, sadly. Let's see. Is it Correspondence, I think it was called? And what I like to do is I like to use a printed one, and I like to use a little more like muted one. And I think I'm going to use this one. It's tickets, and then this one's like a little pattern. And let's cut these apart. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a strip about 1 inch wide. And then on this one, I'm going to cut it a little bit longer, and this is more about 1/2 inch wide, like so, okay? And then just fold it over like this. And then I cut up the middle. If you have a square punch, you can punch this little thing. Or if you have a banner punch, you could probably punch a banner with a folded edge. And then I want to decide where I want to put how long I want this one. So I'm going to do it underneath it, I think. I like the printed one. And I'm going to make this one a little bit longer than the other one. Like so. Okay. I got those like that. And then I take my paper clip. And depending on which way I want to clip it in, now say I want to clip this stuff in and I'm clipping it into the right, like that on the right side, then you want to have the loop on the left, the loops on the left. So that's kind of easy to remember. And then you go in and just, I'm going to slide these in. I want this one under this one. So slide it in like that. And tons of people have made these. I'm just giving you an option. There's lots of people out there making paper. There's nothing new under the sun, let me tell you. That's what Solomon said. Okay. So there's that. But I'm just showing you different ways that you can use the different sized yearbook. And there's tons of ways you can use the different sized yearbook pages. So these are just a couple of ideas I thought if you want to get started and you were working on a journal, these will get you started. Okay, so now I push them so that they're a little offset like that. I like that look. You don't have to do that look, but I like it. It's just an option. This one I left just as is, and then this one I did the offset. So this one I did offset on both, and this one I did the offset on both. So there's that. You could even do this with book paper, but I'm working on some journals right now with Tim Holtz paper, so that is why. I never knew what to do with these things, and so decided, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can use those. All right, let's see. I like the look of the numbers. So again, I'm just gonna come in here and let's say she is the class of 80. Let's put her in. She is the class of 68. So I think that's a 1960s yearbook. I'm gonna put the numbers down first, like so. And then let's get a little person out. So I have 3 different sizes. These are teeny tiny people. And I'm just going to take the one here on the edge because it's easy. And I'm trimming that down. And then I'm going to take a little bit of ink. Let's just ink around her. I'm going to do it in this gray color. Oops, that's a little too much. Okay. And let's put her on. Oh, I'm going to leave, yeah. 1, 2. And then I am going to, let me see, I think she might be just a tad big. Put her on there. Like so. And then I will stamp in that brown archival this little stamp because this is, oh, I did 89. Oh well, doesn't matter. Put that on there. Wonder if I can pull that off and switch it. Oh, I can. I can. Okay. I follow. Well, that's all right. Let's go back in with that. Let's do it this way now. There. 68. And then let's go to. I also have a little roller stamp, and this one I'm going to put remember because of. And you know what I just found out? The flat side that has the logo on it, that makes it upright, go right up, go right up, go right side up. If you put that toward you. You just double check that. Yes, it does. Okay. I just figured that out the other day. I'm like, oh. All right. And let's just stamp on remember on here a couple of times. There. And then I'm going to go around and just paint the edge with this brown Distress Oxide. And you could do this first with all your papers, but I just go in there. after, because I just really want to just hit the edges, but just the ones that you can see. And you don't have to do the back if you don't want to, but I will just, okay. There's that. Then I'm going to go around just to make it pop out a little bit. And I'm going to use my white pen, which I have a white jelly pen in here. I don't know if it's going to work, to be honest with you. I also have this like white marking pencil. I got that white pencil. I can just, let's see if the jelly will work. Oh, jelly roll works. And I'm just going to go around her with the jelly roll pen. I like the white. I think this is a little dark. And we can just make both of these kind of pop out a little bit. Like so. All right. And that is that. And if I wanted to, I could go in with your pen. And this is a Signo Uniball pen. And I could go in and just do some little like mark making to kind of tie it all in like that. Okay, so I have this one. This could be like her little pocket of boyfriends. And that just goes, put it on like that. Let's do one of these really quick. And I actually, I don't know, I told you, I also have these little flashcard sets in my shop. So I did purple, let's do blue. If you need some flashcards, there's some in there. Okay. Let's get this on a little bit. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is I've got the card and all I'm going to do is cut it in half. So I'm just going to use this one as, so I just cut them in half. And then I'm going to get the bigger heads out for this one. So let's do this guy since I already have him fussy cut. And then let's see, I have another girl. Do I have a big girl in here? I do. She looks happy. So let's do two smiling. Cut her out. And I will quickly just cut around her. Another thing you can do is go in, you could add some glasses if you wanted to, or a hat. I know like you could decorate them, give them costumes and stuff. That's an option. But I'm going to just keep, well, we can do that. Let's give him a little hat, like Claudian helmet style. How's that? How about, because this is blue, we'll give him a hat made out of this stuff here. That. Okay, and then her, we'll just keep her cute. I could go in and change her shirt if I wanted to with this floral. So what I'm going to do is just turn her around on this. And I'm going to take my pencil and just roughly draw around her. Like so, and then I'm going to cut that out like this, and then like that, and then I'm going to slip it down a little bit because I'm going to go in here like this and here like that, and I'm going to get the neckline. And let's see, we'll just give her a little neckline, like so, like that. So, and if you don't have it exact, You can trim it. So see, I'm not exact on this side, and I can just trim that off there. There, now she's got, and I think I need to come in just a little right here. It's competing with her neck. So now she's got a little floral top on. Let's glue that down. I don't know what happened to my glue. Oh, I was like, what happened to my glue book that I was gluing on, so it's not on the craft mat. There. Like so. Cute. Okay, so there's that one. And let's glue this onto him. This on his head. That. Oops. That. And then what I did was okay. Then what I did was I added some washi tape. So for her, I'm going to use floral, and for him, I have a plaid. So I have this plaid. Oh yeah, I like the plaid. Okay, I'm going to put it over here, I think. And just tear it. That. And then for her, over here, I'm going to put this down on hers. Don't want it, I'll do it across from her. Like so. And I may add some of that from this in here a little bit, like just a little bit behind her. Let's see. This behind her. She can be thinking of her shorthand class days. Okay, and then need to add. Okay, so let's go ahead and get them glued down. What do I want to do next? I want to add some words and put a little piece of ephemera. So I have the 10 volts packages of ephemera, or I could add on real ephemera. But I think that I've got this, which would be kind of cool. Just let's see. I get that under there. I like the pop of red. Yeah, I like the pop of red. Glue that in behind him. Like so. I'm gluing him back. Like so. And then her I can add a little airmail up there. Let's do that. And then let's add a little label to this side. So we'll just add that to that drop down. And then let's see if there's a little label. There's a little red one here. Size for, I think I see one. Okay. Here, that looks like it was empty. Oh. It's like, oh no, it's really big. That one's really big. Sorry for the crinkling. I could just do that, but I think the lines kind of compete. Let me see. I do have a blue one in my label kit that is smaller. So, oops, I didn't get that in. Sure, I didn't get it in to be stapled. And I think I like that. Oops. So I didn't do a very good job cutting that one. Okay. And I'm gonna go that way or that way with it. I think I'm gonna go this way and just put that at the top. And then I'm gonna add in some, let's do some words, and let's do, let me see, let me get another piece of paper for him. I had, how about he was always full of fun? That's a good one for that. Now I'm gonna go in and ink it. Let's take, I'm just gonna take the pen and go around just to make these pop off. Always pull up on. And then creativity takes courage. That. And then, okay, then I'm gonna add in some, I'm just gonna go around with my pen, I think, and add the drop shadow in. Like that. I actually think that is water soluble. Let me see. I think this pen is water soluble. It is, so if you do want to smudge out and you use that Signo, is it? Or maybe not, maybe it's just something I had on here. Okay, then let's go around her. So, and then at the top, I can stamp something. Let's see what's on here. Let's see, how about creativity takes courage? What a day. got for today. Yeah. And I'll just put it in here and just do it a couple of times for the day. And then for him, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do, not one day, but I'm going to do, I saw it here, something about too funny. So let's put too funny in here. Funny, funny, funny. Like that. Just go down the page. Okay. I think I need it in here though, like back out. Yeah. And then I'm going to come in with my pen, I think, and just add some little mark making things to highlight the same. Like so. That. Those are those two, like this. And then, oh, that's right. I made it. What am I doing here? I actually made it for this one because it was bigger. So let me take the smaller one off. I'll put him on here like that. Or, you know, I could tuck him in the pocket if I wanted to. So, or I could just take this by itself and put this in and have that for journaling, which is kind of cute. Like that. And that you can just add right in, clip it right into your page or whatever. And I need to stitch around that. But this is, these were some ideas of how you can use your vintage yearbook pages. And let's just see what we've done. There's that one. Oh, I didn't make something to go under here. So let me, what do I want? Let me do, like, how about that with the airplane? And I'll just cut a quick tag myself. So, oops, put that up. Like that. And take that side and go like that. Right there. And then I can punch a hole in my little crocodile. And I may add in a little bit of, see, I do have some string. Add, yeah, that in there. It's a little too thick. Might be, but it's all right. I can still just cut it in half or take it apart and add in a little bit of texture to the tag like that, and then tuck that under there. And how cute is this to add to your journal project? Well, I'm glad you joined me. Thank you again for stopping by my channel, and I hope you stuck in there. We did not do these, but you know, it's very similar to the other card, to this card, and I can do that really quick. Actually, I can do that really quick. Let's do this one. So after this dries, it's easy to use this edge of the card then, or you can just go around with your scissor. And because this this collage paper that he has already has a photo on it, I'm gonna just keep that as my focal point because it's pretty big and it's pretty clear that you can see it on the card. It's like a group shot. So to this, all I would do is I would just go around and I would ink the edges. I would take a label. Let's get a label. And let's see, what is it? I had one out here, right? Or I could do a ticket. Could add a ticket to it. That would be good. And I'll just cut that off at the top. Wow, I did not do a good job of that. And let's glue that down. So use up those little ephemera pieces that you have. Again, this is just that plain card. So we have that. And then I can go back in with the stamp. And on this one, I'm going to just keep to the same. Maybe make this more monotone and just add a stamp in there, date. And I can, again, use my roller stamp with the archival ink. And what do we have here? What did that say? What a day, too funny. I can't, hello there. Laugh more, how about laugh more? And I'll just come in and just do like, let me go over here and just do laugh more. And just like that. So I've got that done. And now I'll go in with my Distress Oxide and Vintage Photo I'm using. Oops. Yeah. And then I'm just going to go around and distress this and just grunge it up. And then what I like to do is I will, once I get all my elements put down the way I like it, then I will go in with my collage medium. And yes, I did ink it with a water-soluble ink, which is Distress or water-reactive ink, that Distress Oxide. But the cool thing is I did use the my stamping I did in the archival ink for this reason. So when I go in with my matte medium, what it'll end up doing is it will water react to the oxide ink, right? But it won't damage it won't mess with the archival, so that won't smudge at all. But it will smudge out that ink, and I can even then like go in with my collage medium and then make it look sepia. It'll just kind of blend it out and make the whole thing, give it like a sepia tone. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. It's very subtle, but I love it. And yeah, so that is how I do my collage on a card. Just simple, fast, knock these out, but super easy. Vintage playing cards are a great substrate to work on. It's a nice little size. You can trade them, give them to your friends, pop them in a card to your artist friends, and let them use them on their, on their projects. And that is it. My desk is a mess, and I've been here for quite some time now. I hope you enjoyed our projects, and I hope that you will come back and see me in a couple of days. I'm going to be doing another thrift haul, and then I'll start to work on my garden journal that I have been wanting to do, and we'll get that knocked out. And then I'm going to do finish my projects that I haven't finished, that I've started but haven't finished. And these are from a year ago that I started making all the ephemera, and I have these all done, the inserts done for the summer projects, and then I got busy and I never finished them. So all the pages are in, and I started to add stuff to them. And yeah, so anyway, I've got to get these done, and these then I'll put these up in the shop. Kind of, those are what's coming up. I just thought I would let you know, and I will see you soon. Thank you guys. Bye.